good. So the Mounties are going to get a chance to redo the point after try because Chaffey jumped off sides. And Villarreal missed the extra point.
I'm not sure who was guarding Mackin on that play. I believe it was Chambliss for
He didn't do a very good job
the
at
Panthers.
covering Derek Mackin.
I mean, Mackin just made it look easy. He caught it and just sprinted inside instead of breaking towards the sideline and found a lot of breathing room there. And obviously found a nice lane all the way up to the end zone after getting a couple key blocks there as well.
73 yards from Justin Allo to Derek Mackin. So after the offsides penalty against Chaffey, Mount Sac going to get a chance to redo this PAT. Snap, hold, kick.
Locked it up. Hey!
Got it. So now it's 33-8 Mount Sac. 9:09 left to go in the third quarter, and the gifts just keep on coming for the Mounties, courtesy of Chaffey College. They haven't been able to finish tonight on the offensive side, and Mount Sac's been able to really have their best offensive game of the year outside of that opening performance against College of the Canyons where they put up 39 points. Looks like they're well on their way to putting up more than 39 tonight.
Well, after they've been stopped, they were stopped all first half, the offensive unit here of Mount Sac, as they were, for the most part, held in check, aside from a couple key plays on the defensive side by the Mounties. You know, this is the first real couple drives here where Justin Allo has kind of settled in and made his key throws here so far in the second half. And really the offensive unit getting a little bit of momentum here early on in the second half as this continues.
2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Mounties offense to start this second half of action. 33-8, they lead Chaffey College. Villarreal booms this one about a yard deep into the end zone, taking it out. That's Michael Robert who gets across the 15 and is taken down right there. A flag does fly in as Robert was tackled. And the penalty markers once again tonight, Brian. There's been a lot of them.
I don't know the official number. Well, I got some official numbers right here. Penalties for Mount Sac. 6 in the first half for 45 yards. So still plenty of yards that you're giving away to Chaffey. And fortunately for Mount Sac, they have not capitalized with just 5 points in that first half. Now 8 in the second half, but still plenty of time here. 9:04 left to go in the third quarter. Very impressive last 2 drives here by Mount Sac.
It's been that Allo to Mackin connection on the last 2.
Whomever he decides to throw to with it, whether it's Mackin or Gilchrist or Antoine Anderson as well, he has options and 6-foot-plus receivers that can do the damage that Mackin just did on that last carry.
Chaffey will start this drive from their own 7 after they were penalized for a holding call on the kick return. And the handoff here goes to Birdsong, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
That was Saleosi Latu, the defensive tackle, 6'2", 280.
I'm sure they all have nicknames that the coaches call them by, because there's no way that every day at practice they say these names 5-6 times.
Oh, absolutely.
2nd and 10. Back to pass. Plant throws to the far side of the field. That was a dangerous pass. It was nearly picked off by Aaron Simpson, who had an interception last week against Ventura, but somehow the pass landed up in the hands of the Chaffey College receiver that time, Lakeem Farah, and he picks up 6. It'll be 3rd and 4. Chaffey has it at their own 14.
Follows them out at their own 17-yard line.
Third down and 4. Back to pass Plant. Throws to the near side of the field, and that is nothing but miscommunication between Plant and his receiver that time. And things have gone from bad to worse. Grapes to vinegar here in the second half for Chaffey College, as they will be forced to punt here from their own end zone. And we bring in Nick Rice, our statistician tonight. Welcome back. I mean,
Boy, is Chaffey offensively they were okay in the first half, and they have completely fallen apart here. I don't even know if they have any more than a first down or two here in the third.
Let's not forget the special teams troubles they've had on the punting side tonight.
Boy, it's been an adventure, hasn't it?
As Luna pressured once again, gets off a end-over-end kick that'll hop on out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and Mount SAC, they're already dominating here on the offensive side in the second half, and they're going to get the ball at the Panther 47 to start this drive.
Mount SAC has done a nice job entering enemy territory. Now, in this time, the enemy's given them the ball in their own end. It's been a Chaffey offense that has looked very lethargic here in the third. They do have a field goal so far in the stands, and it has not been pretty at all. 33-8 here. And Mount SAC, offensively, I mentioned at the halftime break that they really need to get things going, especially in the passing game. How about a couple of touchdowns by my Justin Allo here in this game?
Justin Allo, he's done a nice job in this game, bouncing back after throwing a couple of picks last week at Ventura. 1st and 10 for the Mounties, and before
Allo looks like
whistles blow.
Well, we'll give it back to Brian here. I would like to hear his take on Justin Allo. He's a very big, looks to have a strong arm. He's an interesting prospect here for Mount SAC.
Yeah, the former wide receiver at the University of Hawaii, Mount SAC, they converted him to a quarterback, kind of used him in wildcat situations last year, won the starting job in August, and he's flourished.
Allo's he's doing a phenomenal job. He went 21 of 38 last week against Ventura. Did throw a touchdown and 270 yards total. So, when he's not rushing, he does feel comfortable in the pocket as well as on the ground when he has to rush, using those wide receiver feet, if you will.
Delayed handoff here on a 1st and 15. Tolbert gets to the near side of the field, gets back into Chaffey territory, and he's run out of bounds at the 46. Pick up a 4.
Tolbert was just trying to get around that corner there on the near side of the football field from our vantage point.
It's almost like the Mounties can use Tolbert so much, and he can fill up his stat sheet, but they don't need to use him. They're saving him for the playoffs, I guess.
Well,
I know it's only week 4. It's a little bit early to talk about playoffs.
They just have so many options right now on the offensive unit. So does it look like it'll be a false start?
Second one in this series for Mount SAC. We'll push this one back to the 49 of the Mounties. 2nd and 16 after the penalty.
So I believe that'll be penalty number 9 now for Mount SAC.
That's certainly something they got to clean up as we get deeper in conference play, especially with a big-time matchup on the road next week at Long Beach.
Yeah, Long Beach is going to be a very tough game for the Mounties if they continue to hold on here against Chaffey. They will be undefeated still, visiting Long Beach next week, so it'll be a fantastic game for you that we'll have on Spreaker.com National Sports.
Allo drops back to pass here. He's going for Gilchrist, and there's the flag. It was clearly held on to that time by the Chaffey College defender, number 7.
It's
Tony Boyd, the sophomore defensive back, 5'11". How about Long Beach taking care of L.A. Harbor College, 55-0.
Making a statement here. Getting ready for...
That's just the first half.
That's just the first half?
That's halftime score.
That's got to be a typo.
Are you sure? Long Beach.
I don't know if Long Beach is... I know Long Beach was good, but 55-0 at the half? Are you kidding me?
He's not kidding you.
$55-0 at halftime. We'll get you some stats in a little bit, but Long Beach is playing one of the worst teams in the conference in LA, which means that they would drop to
at the half. How do you even have that many offensive possessions to score that many points in one game?
Well, Mount SAC is almost going to do the same, aren't they?
We'll just have to wait and see. 1st and 10 for the Mounties at the 41 of Chaffey College. Allo will drop back to pass. This time he'll hit Gilchrist. He's out of bounds right around the first down marker at the 32. He's about a yard short. Chris Gilchrist He had that one reception for a touchdown in the first half, but other than that, he's been a little bit quiet tonight.
Yeah, he's still doing his job, which is hanging on to the football. As Devontae Manning did a nice job making sure he was short of the first down.
Yeah, they should
And
have
you know what? They did give him the first down on that last reception there,
They
Chris.
did.
So it will be first down for the Mounties.
First and 10 for the Mounties at the Chaffey 31. Allo going to step up and run. It's a broken play, and he'll dive down at the 28 for a game. Chris Gilchrist is a very interesting prospect. He has the size. I think the only knock you could have on a guy like Gilchrist is the speed, but we saw him break that tackle and go 53 yards untouched to the house.
And, you know, he's just using his speed there, Gilchrist, in the first half. So
Had one Division I offer coming out of Charter Oak High School. He took it. Redshirted at Florida Atlantic. Didn't like the situation there, and here he is at Mount SAC. And here's Aaron Fonz on the carry. He picks up a first down for the Mounties, and he's all the way to the 15-yard line of Chaffey College. Moved the chains once again for Mount SAC.
I don't know what it is with the 5'8" guys of the Mount SAC team. You have Ryan Simpson and Aaron Vaughns, but it just seems like they pick their spots very well when they have that ball in their hands as far as running and shooting through those gaps and making the other opposing team here miss and make it seem a little bit easier for their frame.
First and 10 at the 14. This is Gates on the handoff. Gets inside the 10. And he's down to the 9-yard line.
Follow handoff to number 15, Tony Gates. Tackle made by Alex Rivas, number 36, for the center.
Mount SAC doing it again here.
Second
Again,
and 5
it
for
is
the Mounties.
Second down and
On the 9-yard line.
So we're having
no, we're good now.
there you go,
Okay.
some technical difficulties there.
Chaffey's stepping all over these wires up here in the booth.
Chaffey's having some defensive difficulties.
Second and 6. Allo drops back the pass. Going to take a shot towards the end zone. Incomplete. He had his man.
Complete.
That was number 80, Kennedy Sykes, the 6'4 freshman out of Lakewood High School.
Number 80.
He was from Long Beach, California. We're headed there next week. Incomplete. Going to be 3rd and 5 for 11 left to go in this third quarter. 33-8.
Allo just floated that ball a little too far out for Kennedy Sykes there in that last play. As
Well, Sykes is another big target. He's just a freshman. You'd expect him to be more in the fold offensively next year. But at 6'4", it's another big-time target. The Mount SAC is Justin Allo wants a timeout here. A little bit of confusion on the offensive setup that time for the Mounties. And you're up 33-8 if you're Mount SAC. Obviously, there's boatloads of time left in this game. We've seen crazier comebacks, but at what point do you start to maybe slowly but surely take out your starters and have them rest up for what should be a very, very tough game next week at Long Beach?
I don't think personally. I don't think they should take them out unless they score, an absurd amount the next quarter and a half, or less than that. Actually, about the quarter's worth of time. I think there's a certain rhythm and a certain momentum that carries over. I know some people don't like that momentum does carry over, and in fact does in football. I mean, you get a big offensive unit here in Mount SAC. They're just looking to sustain some momentum here, as they did such a great job the first 2 possessions of the third quarter, providing 2 touchdowns as well.
Out of the timeout, it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 for Justin Allo in the offense. They have it at the 10-yard line of Chaffey College.
3rd and 5 for the Mounties.
One receiver split out to each side for the Mounties. Man in motion. Allo rolls out. Has time. Now he's going to step up and throw on the run, and the pass is nearly intercepted. Allo just had to get that thing off before he was thrown to the turf. Incomplete. Chaffey holds, and the Mounties going to attempt a field goal here to extend that lead with 4 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
Quick number 4.
Yeah, Allo, kind of quarterback mistake there as far as
He lined
forcing
up-
the
he
ball
lined
in.
up with 2 receivers, so his options were limited as far as where to go with the football that time.
Alberto Reyes,
I mean, you
Real.
either take the hit or
Second to field
throw the
goal.
ball away.
That was a dangerous pass, though.
Yeah, if they get that and they stay in the end zone, obviously